We are living through our great-grandparents' eyes. A lot of what they saw in their lifetime, we're seeing in our own. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning back in. This video is going to be over the state of the world today as it compares to 100 years ago. Things have become almost impossibly expensive. Rent is $1,600, $1,800, $2,200 for a fucking studio. Gas is $3. It used to be $4 here in Virginia. $7 in California. Groceries are so expensive now. I mean, you're basically going into debt to just fucking survive, to pay your bills. You're living to pay your bills. And a lot of what we're seeing today is exactly what our great-grandparents saw in their time. Before the labor laws, things were extremely rough. You look back and you see all the pictures of garbage and shit and sometimes bodies in the streets. The cities had an astronomical problem with that. People weren't making anything to thrive. And a lot of the times, the work environments were so terrible. And the reason things changed is because of the Triangle Shirtwaist factory incident. Now, what happened was that these employers locked the exits. Google says that they were locked because to keep out the unions. I would say that they locked them to keep the employees in. And guess what? There was a fire that started. And I believe around 146 people were killed in that fire. They couldn't get out. All the exits were blocked. They were locked, sealed tight. Couldn't leave. You literally worked until you died of some cause, right? Whether it was a mine shaft cave in or dying in a fucking building fire. Listen, boys, we have labor laws now, yes. However, it's still just the same. Listen, slavery was done away with a long time ago, but it's made its return. Your boss is constantly calling you on the weekends, having you come in, having you cover for someone else. Not only are you doing that, you're going above and beyond your job description. How many of you work jobs where you literally do your boss's job as well as your own, and you're not getting paid for that? Slavery has made a return. You're working and working and working and working and working until you're dead. 67 is the new retirement age. And it was so sad to see because I saw so many old ladies working in fast food places because they couldn't afford to retire. Hell, hardly anybody can afford to retire these days. And when you can barely afford to survive, to feed yourself, let alone pay bills, right? It's no wonder why we're seeing so many homeless. And we saw a lot of that 100 years ago. People living in shacks that they pitched themselves. Did they know how to construct proper living spaces? No. But they had to do something to protect themselves from the elements. The biggest thing that we see is in California. People leaving shit all over the streets. People pitching tents. We see alleyways and alleyways of that. Just disgusting living conditions. Safety hazards. People building their homes in the road. And it's really no wonder why people hate their lives today. Why people are so depressed, so angry. You see, boys, humanity is making the same mistakes again. I came across a comment yesterday, and it was about Rockefeller. It was a quote from Rockefeller saying that he didn't want a nation of thinkers, he wanted a nation of workers. And that perfectly describes people today. The powers that be have done a phenomenal job at raising workers, not thinkers. And companies have also done a phenomenal job at monopolizing the market for themselves. COVID was a really great example of that. Big pharma went up, small businesses went down. And that's because if they didn't shut down, they were arrested and their livelihoods were destroyed. So you have the education system that failed you. You have the workforce that continuously fails you. You have policies that are against you. Politicians that align themselves with corporate hegemonies. So what can you do? You can make your voices heard. A lot of people are going on strike. Sometimes that gets the job done. Sometimes. A lot of the times companies will pay you slightly higher wages just to get you to shut up. What a lot of people are doing now are just leaving, not taking part of the of society at all. Most of them are men, but honestly, I can't really blame them. I can't. You know, I would be one of them, right? If I didn't have my house, if I didn't have my dog, I would be one of them. I wouldn't be contributing to the society, a society that openly hates me, that wants me to work and work and work, that wants to extort me for every penny I got, every second that I have of my life in a fucking factory, at a call center. No, absolutely not. Not doing that. So you can get out there and protest peacefully, obviously, right? Start making your voices heard. Call your local representatives. Do something. Just do something. Act. The louder we make our voices, the more pressure we put on politicians, on these elites of society, the more that they're going to be inclined to listen to what we have to say. And listen, guys, it's not that these guys hate you. Well, I'm sure some of them do, and I can see how it can lead to hatred. But it's that these guys think you are less than. They have all the resources they could ever even use. They have more resources than what they could ever even use in their lifetime. Yet, they think so little of you that they're going to take every single thing that you got to. You see, it's natural human tendency to collect resources. It's also natural human tendency to fight amongst ourselves for resources. And it takes the complex thought that we have to refrain from doing that. You know, boys, instead of pressuring the elites of the society and just leaving society in general, there are other things that you can do. There are things that people are doing now, right? Like DoorDash. When I was working security, I came across a guy who was delivering DoorDash, and man, he was making six figures off of that. I was blown away by that. So, and I'm also seeing a lot of people, you know, on YouTube, especially, you know, the bigger YouTubers who are big names like Markiplier, you know, Jacksepticeye, Brandon Tatum, just to name a few. You know, those guys are selling merch, you know, and they have their businesses, but it all started right from YouTube, and that's a really good way to go. You know, I would definitely advise that, right? Because it gives you a good direction somewhere. You know, is it going to be an easy road? No. Making yourself isn't an easy road, but you know, there are benefits that come with that. So that's something that you could take advantage of, right? And obviously that's not going to be everybody. So I'll leave it to you to figure out, you know, what you want to do. I'm just giving you guys some options, some things to think about. So start making your voices heard. Start acting. Start putting pressure on these elites. Start putting pressure on these politicians to actually serve you, not these big corporations. So that being said, boys, this video is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but it is one that has a little bit of information. So if this video helped you out at all, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate the support. Also, please leave a comment. I want to know what you guys are thinking. I want to know what's all in your minds. You know, what you guys are seeing, what you guys are experiencing. So that'd be great. Guys, we hit 100 subscribers a little bit ago. I made a video about it, but I truly cannot thank you guys enough. I'm super blown away at, you guys and all the work that you're doing, all the work that you're putting in. Let's keep the momentum up. Let's keep it going. I want to see where this goes. I'm sure you do as well. So let's continue to build this community, right? And let's make our voices heard. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves up here, as well as lifting. Get physical, get fit. And as always, boys, talk to you soon.